First of all, there was a siren, and everyone thought, oh, right, we haven't been prepared, you know, everyone was trying to get prepared, but because everyone's got lives as well as the eviction, you know, people are working or people have got children, and it's just everyone was always sort of quite busy, as you can imagine, and then when the actual eviction came, the day came, it was just unexpected. So I think about 5:30, maybe quarter to 6, between 5:30 and 5:45 in the morning, there was a knock on the door.
You're in, Ron! Just let beautiful your war, you're in! British Waterways sell the last working wharf in Oxford.
I had about 6 police officers knock on the boat to try and wake me up. I came out and they gave me to 6:30 to
I'll get changed, I'll put my
move all my property off the bank. Gave me to 7 o'clock to move my boat off there and remoor over this side, otherwise to arrest us. So there's about 4 or 5 of us, grabbed all our gear, hold it on boats, but I used other boats here to put gear on as well. Because the likelihood of us getting arrested we didn't want.
What happened was that I was walking down the street and I saw one of these extremely large cranes coming down the street, and as he stopped I spoke to the driver and asked him if he was coming down to the boatyard. He lied to me and told me that he had nothing to do with the boatyard, but I had an idea that he was coming down here. So I followed him down, and due to the size of his vehicle he was driving quite slowly, and as he came to turn into the boatyard, I jumped in front of the vehicle, got the D-lock out and tried to lock onto his brake lines, but unfortunately 3 coppers pounced on me as soon as I tried it and got me away before I managed to lock on. Which fortunately means that I haven't been arrested, but unfortunately means that I didn't manage to slow down the process that's going on here at the moment.
Oh my God!
how do you feel about losing your home?
How do I feel about it? Just accepting. Just from the minute they turned up, it was just that we were lucky to get anything out really at all. Any of our, like, got the kids' books, and that's the most important thing really. The kids are happy. They've got their books and some of their toys, and that was the main thing, you know. Yeah, I know it sounds like I'm just accepting. I'm just glad that we've got anything at all.
Remember that eviction day, May 2006. A long battle for the future of the Jericho Boatyard had ended in defeat. The squatters were evicted by force. It made the national news. Since then, the battle has been over the land and its future use. Plans have come and plans have gone. Latest in the last 2 years by developers CHAF, but even that has changed. They still have an interest in the site, but a local business has become a stakeholder to act as a catalyst to help bring the scheme to fruition. Cornerstone Land are a sister company of Oxford Developments based in Bedford. They're responsible for the award-winning conversion and development of Grantham House, the old council flats on Cranham Street. This is the third time I've tried to do the Jericho Boatyard. Every time I try and do it, somebody comes up to me and says, now is not the right time to do this. Well, actually, now is the right time because the plans are in. The architect is Dougal Anderson. Some of you may have seen him do a real and very convincing by Jericho last year in the community centre. He has all the heritage projects in Bath Square. He's not here tonight to start an initial agreement. Too soon to speak, said his money men. So here's my first empty chair beside me here. Let's have a look at Dougal's plan. Dougal's plan is rather ingenious, as this fly-through shows. The centrepiece is a new boatyard with 3 berths for repair, 1 more than originally planned. Above and next to that, phase 1 of the new community centre, built by the developers. Phase 2 of that will depend on JCA fundraising. It then goes on through the bridge, over the canal, complete with a chairlift for the disabled to the central piazza. Now more about the central piazza later on. It's become a bone of contention. All of this is set off and paid for by the construction of 80 rather upmarket townhouses. They will not be cheap. Developers, after all, not a charity. All constructed around the original elegant Jericho landmark of St. Barnabas Church, built by Could, first University Christian. Let's have another look at that pie chart. Let's look at that plan in a little bit more detail. There it is, the whole site beside the canal. And first of all, the boat repair yard. The next slide, please. The boat repair yard, which you can see here in red, actually has 3 berths with rooms to stay and a winding circle for boats. This is 1 more than originally planned, which means less space for the piazza. And if we can change, please, the new community centre, which is partly over the boatyard. Developers only offered to supply phase 1, fitting it out. The JC has to fundraise in phase 2, and that could be a stretch. Details of what is in that community centre include a cafe. The JCA say it's the wrong shape. And change slide, please. The bridge over the canal. Or there we are, the townhouses, all 18 of them. They're not for you and me, the vistas over the canal, but as the Cranham Street flats show, there's a demand for this kind of posh housing in Jericho. And change slide, please. And there we are, that's the front of the community centre there and the piazza. And change slide, please. And there we are, the bridge over the canal, now with a stair lift for disabled in response to what was said to the architect at the My Jericho session. Change slide, please. And there we are, there's a rub of it all. Where's the development of the Jericho Wharf Trust? The JCA, the Community Boatyard Limited, Living Heritage Trust and St Barnabas Parochial Church Council Part Company. The JWT say simply the proposed piazza is simply too small. The piazza or pizza needs to be made bigger. They want space for concerts and other community events. They're not here this evening, so we got a second empty chair. They agreed, and then they withdrew. If we look at Michael Barnes' proposal for that bridge, the Chinese bridge, more townhouses, Michael Barnes would like that canal bridge to be like this, a traditional Chinese bridge, complete with buffaloes going over the canal. It's not known if the developer is seriously considering this, but he agreed, and then he pulled out. So a third empty chair. If we can go back to the original drawings, please, of site plan. Some questions from viewers. How is it parking has now appeared at southern end of the site where earlier there was none? Change, please. Is this what's caused the increase in volume of buildings on the south side of the piazza? Secondly, Jericho is a conservation area. How do these buildings adjacent to Vicarage, close to the church, fit with the traditional style of Jericho streets? Thirdly, the size and layout of the piazza looks ugly, as impractical for any public gatherings. What is going to be done about this? And fourthly, Allison Hill, is the bridge for cycling or is it for pedestrians? These questions we would like to have asked to the two organisations, but sadly they're not here. The empty chairs are here. And if you come to me, please, what do I think about this? Well, I think this is a unicorn. This is everybody wants something different, and it ends up everybody getting nothing. This is probably the last chance for the Jericho community to use this prize asset. My vote is you compromise now and grab it with both hands or turn the land into a wild sanctuary. There is a new public space in Mount Place by the canal in Jericho. That's already been used for many community activities. It may mean the need for a bigger slice of piazza in Jericho Wharf is redundant. Whatever happens, there does need to be closure on this and very soon. And next week, Professor Richard Pito on how many COVID deaths there are, Jericho's most famous epidemiologist. And let's have a final look at the architect's plans, dreams for the canal side.